Alright, got a little different one. I was gonna work on a camera, but figured I'd switch it up. I've got this lens that apparently has some issues. The first thing I noticed though is that the lens back here is like, I got this in for parts. I don't know if you can see it, but the lens itself is completely out of the holder there. I've only done a few lens fixes. I have fixed a lens with a similar problem previously. Hopefully this one will be just as simple. I think what I ended up doing with that one is I ended up gluing it in place or something like that, and it worked. Basically use it as a testing lens. Doesn't need to be used anywhere, you know, outside or anything. Just use it to test the cameras that I mess with here. So we'll see. See if I can easily fix this one. I generally don't mess with lenses. I've only ever messed with a few of them. I don't remember if there's an adhesive. Oh, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of an adhesive. What is that? Oh, this is part of the mounting point. That's not glass though. It's like a, I don't know, a plastic. Okay. These are fairly simple in construction, at least the kit lens. The kit lens is pretty simple. Take the top 4 screws out. Make sure you pull this off in a way that you don't break this particular cable, and that's the contact piece. Oh, it looks like it's being blocked a little bit. Looks like a little bit of white corrosion there, maybe. See if we can. I mean, it's not hurting anything, but I like to get this stuff off if possible. Just a little brass brush. No reason to leave it on there. It's easy to get off. Yeah. 2 seconds. Alright, so we got the back plate off. Now these little mini boards, all of these little rubber spacers, these are kind of a turd to get back in the posts. So just, ooh, what's going on with that? Alright, I don't know. I don't remember that being loose like that, but maybe it is. There's little posts that this one board in the whole lens gets put on. So just take your time. Don't mess with the rubber pieces if at all possible, because you're gonna have to put those back on the posts. Go about this a different way. It's the shorter one, so I wanted to do that one first. Nothing wrong seems to be there anyway. Okay. So after that, we've got a number of screws to take this next plate off. Okay, it's the outside ring that comes off. So we just got to get this plate off here. Oh yeah, okay. I'm kind of remembering the construction of these now. Even though it's just that one little thing that we got to get to, we got to take this whole outside barrel off, I believe. Okay, so these two are locking mechanisms. You got to take these off in order to get the outside barrel off. And they go in I struggled a long time with these pieces. They only go in one way. I'm pretty sure they only come out one way too. They've got to be lined up properly. Yep. So they've got to be lined up. Right there. This lens here is screwing me up. I'm hoping I can get that out of there. Come on. Have to get something with a little bit more grip. Oh, come on. Have to figure out the alignment of this thing. See, this isn't going to be exactly easy. Can I get it enough? Okay, okay. There's one lock. Apparently this one requires to be... Huh. Oh, okay, okay. I thought I had to actually turn it more, but... Okay, so now that that is off, I believe you can slide it out of here somehow. Yeah. Okay, now that that's slid out, you can get to the next layer. Is that what I do? Is that? Oh yeah, that's right. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't take this top plate off. It takes the whole barrel out. That's why I struggled with this for so long. Is the alignment of the two barrels are they are such a pain in the butt. How does this work again? You gotta get it like all the way around to one side and then pop it out. If I remember right. Oh, okay. I think I remember part of it now. This has a little post on it, and it kind of locks everything in place in a sense, because it rises. And this is the zoom part. This is the zoom control. It's got a little post on it. Well, I really thought getting a different memory card was going to help with this thing randomly shutting off, but I might have to get a new GoPro, and maybe it's overheating or something. But anyway, this is a little post on it, and that goes into that slot there, if you can see that slot, and it kind of locks it in place. So you got to remove that in order to get it out, because there's no exit for that. Now there is a lot of grease, oil, whatever, to facilitate all of this movement. I think we're just right at the part where we'll be able to fix this thing, I think. Yeah. So this took a fall, I guess, and popped out of the retaining holes. This, so it's supposed to go like that. I mean, this lens will never be perfect again, I don't think. I mean, it'll be in good shape, but once I can get all the dust out, there's always going to be a little bit of dust particles in here from that break. Can't get that. A couple spots on there that just won't budge. Oh, okay, I got that one. These lenses aren't coated, so they should be able to take an isopropyl. You have to be really gentle. Well, that's on the other side. Alright, so how I fixed the last one, just took a really light bead of glue, put her on the top upper edge. I suppose I can do a little bit more on this lower lip since it's covered up by that. But just a very light bead. That's getting tacky. It's not going to be an optically perfect lens, but it's pretty darn clean. So I got that in there. Looks like I got a touch heavy-handed with the glue in that corner, and that corner as it seeped through. But it's not really, didn't really get too much. You can barely see it there. I'm hoping that it doesn't cause any issues with the lens. But like I said, it's going to be like a testing lens. This is just kind of like a fun little thing. Either that, or I can sell it with a camera as a kit and just disclose, you know, this was a repaired lens and might not be optically perfect, etc. So it should be fine that way too. Looks like, yeah, it looks like that little foot's about to come off too. So I don't know what happened with this guy, but must have taken a fall or a hit. Must have taken a hit. And we'll go and put it back together. I hope I can remember how to put it back together. I had to take a phone call there, so oh, it looks like it is, yeah. No, only goes one way, I guess. Why am I being an idiot? It's got to go this way. Alright, yeah. I should probably actually make sure that this is dry before I seal it up, because if you know anything about super glue, the fumes like to attach themselves to fingerprints and oils and different things. Oh, excuse me. The interesting story. The phone call that I got was from the Postal Service, the U.S. Postal Service, and it's a very, very unique situation that had happened to me, where I sold a camera to a gentleman in Canada, and due to, I guess, how his address was formatted, how his apartment complex deals with mail, something was wonky with how the formatting of it was, and it couldn't be delivered. And since it couldn't be delivered, it got sent return to sender. And when it got sent return to sender, the Canadian strike happened. The USPS strike, or the mail strike, whatever happened up there. This all started in September is when I sent it to them originally. They couldn't make delivery because it was going to be delivered to his front desk, which they had to collect a fee for the customs importing, I guess. And since there was nobody that could collect it at the time, they deemed it non-deliverable. And then they, like I said, shipped it back. And that's when the strike happened. Is it able to turn? No? No, something's not quite right. Or is it because the ring's on it turns? Nope, something's off. Oh wait. That's right. It's got to be locked into the housing here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the lens construction throws me off. What was I saying? The strike happened, so it's been like months since it took like a month for the strike to resolve itself, and then it finally got sent back through customs, returned to sender, which the sender technically at that point it was the eBay International Shipping Center, because when you sell something overseas, you send it to the eBay International Shipping Center, and then the shipping center sends it back out to the purchaser. So they technically put a different label on it. So it would have been sent back probably to them. I wasn't sure whether it was going to come back to me or if it was going to come back to them, because it was kind of a unique situation. I wasn't sure, so I basically just inquired as to, you know, what would happen. And the last scan was importing back to customs, importing back from customs as of January 16th, and it hadn't had any additional scans since that time. And they just called me to figure out if I had received it back, so I just explained the whole thing I just said, and basically they told me that you know, that it probably would have been sent back to the eBay International Shipping Center. see. So it goes on. Okay, there we go. Maybe like that. I had it and then I lost it. There it is. No. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, that's my fun story. I've got a couple. I've got a couple of stories relating to mail packages. Jesus, I've had too many. I had one, I don't even remember what I ordered. But it apparently got somehow damaged in shipping, and they ended up sending, USPS ended up sending me a box that was empty with some USPS labels on it saying mailed without, or shipped without contents or something like that. A couple really two strange stickers. I can't remember the exact verbiage on them anymore. But basically it was an empty package that they mailed me, and I had to file a police report. And take photos of the package, and make a claim on eBay utilizing the police report to get my money back, because the seller obviously didn't believe me, but it was 100% true. I had a guy in Florida buy a camera from me, and I always do full insurance and signature tracking on any of my cameras that I send out. And oh, cool. Insurance and signature tracking, and dude, so it got delivered and signed for, and the guy who bought it claimed that he didn't receive it, even though there was a signature on it. And just based upon his name profile on eBay, I was able to track down his Facebook profile. I was told, or sent an image, I believe it was, of the signature on the delivery, and I found the guy who signed for it on his friends list, who happened to, from what I could tell, live down the road from his house, because the package was officially by GPS delivered at his doorstep. So some other guy signed for it. Now, either he was trying to scam me and had this other guy sign for it, and then he made the claim, or the other guy happened to be at his address and signed for it, and then told the dude that he never signed for a package, and totally screwed the guy out of a camera. I'm going to take an educated guess and say that might have been exactly what happened. But obviously he submitted a claim for a refund, and of course, because it had signature tracking and it was signed for, I've met my obligation, you know, and it's not my fault what happened. GPS coordinates and a signature confirmed that I met my obligation. So I didn't have to refund him. And then he, after that, submitted a chargeback on his credit card, which then the credit card company contacted me, and I provided them all the same information as I provided eBay. Provided them mapping snippets of the area with the signature, with the confirmed. I got USPS to send me an email stating, hey, this arrived at this guy's address and was signed for, etc., etc. Provided all that information to the credit card company, and provided all that information to the credit card company, and they judged the case in my favor, so I didn't have to pay on that side of things either, which was obviously very fortunate. Yeah, I've had some doozy of mailing issues. Oh, freaking magnet messing me up here. I had, this is not camera related, but I had, back in 2015, I had ordered a Magic the Gathering card off of eBay. And at one point, well, it got quote unquote delivered, supposedly. The tracking stated that it was delivered, but I never received it. At the time, I lived in an area where things got put into large communal residential mailboxes, and I assumed that it was I ended up being delivered to a different mailbox within the big box of, you know, addresses where it would have gotten delivered to. So I you know, of course I made my claim, and once again the guy didn't believe me, and I was denied a refund upon initial claim because it had been scanned as delivered, and I ended up appealing, stating, you know, that it didn't have signature tracking and I didn't sign for it, so it didn't it didn't actually arrive at my location, which it didn't. And on appeal, I did get my money back. Now, I don't know whether or not the seller was on the hook for that, or eBay, because it was under a certain dollar amount. I think it was $30 or something like that. eBay just did like a one-time kind of courtesy thing and refunded me the money. I'm not sure if that was the case or not, but I ended up getting my money back, and this was, let's see, I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago, my old landlord called me and said, hey, I got this package for you that was delivered. And I was like, well, that's strange. I didn't order anything. It certainly shouldn't have gone to your place because, you know, we had bought a house at that time and we had been there for two years. 2 years at that time. And so I go to pick it up, go to get it, and it's this magic card that was mailed out in 2015 or whatever it was, 2018, 2015, 2018. I was never told how it showed up, but the only thing that I can think of is that either A, it got stuck in the mailbox in some crevice somewhere and they finally found it to put it in the right bin, or it was like stuffed underneath of a driver's truck chair or something. Like it got in between the seat and the door or somewhere when he was trying to deliver it. It fell down inside the truck somewhere and they didn't find it for like 6-7 years, or I don't know, whatever the math was, but it was years later. And I checked the tracking on it, and the tracking information still had the deliver date of whatever the original deliver scan date was, and then it also had a deliver date from X number of years later. I wish I would have taken a screenshot of it because it was pretty ridiculous. It was the funniest thing ever. I think I still have the envelope around here somewhere, but it was so like disheveled and dirty and all that. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it wasn't falling apart at that point. But yeah, I've had some doozies when it comes to mailing situations. All right, back to this lens here. Let's clean it up and let's see if it autofocuses. I didn't even test it out. I just assumed that the issue was with that lens there because it was all falling apart. Hopefully that was the actual problem of this lens. I can only assume that it was without attempting to boot it up. I got a camera around here somewhere I can test it on. Let's see, what do we got? Pull out first camera, A7. An A7. Apparently I need to clean this LCD panel. Yeah, works great. It's actually quite clear. I mean, as far as what I can tell right now, it works perfectly. Cool. I think I got this lens for like $30 for parts. Since it was for parts, I mean, I didn't really expect it to be functional, but obviously it is, so hey, I'll take it. I'll label this as a test lens. Well, it's not labeled with black. All right, well, yeah, different kind of video. So a different kind of video. I really wasn't expecting it to function, like I think I already said. It'd be kind of nice to upload something a little bit different. I feel like I've been doing a lot of the same kind of videos anymore. A lot of them, you know, end up being top ribbon replacements. I really like the Tupperware video, just getting in a Tupperware load of parts and putting it back together. There was more, definitely more on that one that I assumed that I was going to have to fix, but it was definitely a fun video. The LCD panel I put together was fun because it had been a while since I did an LCD panel and doing the troubleshooting on that. But yeah, we'll call this video good. That was the kit lens SEL 2870 lens. It's the 2870 kit lens that we just tore down and at least midway and re-glued in the lens that had popped out. And it might be that where the excess glue is, maybe it's not even going to affect the image quality. Maybe it's just even on the edge of it. I'll have to check it out. But anyway, thanks for checking this out. If you're watching anyway, take care. Bye.